True strength does not need to announce itself. Just as deep waters remain still, the most powerful individuals move through life with a quiet confidence. They do not feel the need to constantly prove their worth, argue for attention, or loudly display their abilities. Instead, they let their presence, their actions, and their wisdom speak for them. Strength is not in volume, it is in depth, in control, and in the ability to remain composed even when the world around you is chaotic. Many people mistake loudness for strength. They believe that the person who talks the most, boasts the loudest, or commands the most attention is the strongest. But if you truly observe, you will realize that real power often resides in those who do not seek validation from others. The ones who do not feel the need to constantly explain themselves, to argue for their place, or to demand recognition. They know who they are, and that is enough. Look at nature itself. A storm is loud and destructive, but it passes quickly. The ocean, on the other hand, is vast, deep, and powerful, yet it does not need to constantly make noise to prove its strength. The same principle applies to people. Those who carry real wisdom and strength do not waste their energy on unnecessary arguments or attention-seeking behavior. They choose their battles wisely. They speak when necessary, and when they do, their words carry weight. Silence, when used wisely, is a mark of deep intelligence. The strongest people listen more than they speak. They absorb information, analyze situations, and respond with thoughtfulness rather than impulse. They understand that not every opinion needs to be voiced, not every argument needs to be won, and not every challenge requires a loud reaction. They know that true strength is measured by how well one controls their emotions and their words. There is a sense of control in stillness. Those who are loud often lack self-discipline, allowing their emotions to dictate their actions. But those who possess true strength remain steady, no matter the circumstances. They do not let temporary emotions shake their foundation. They do not let negativity pull them into unnecessary conflicts. They stand firm, just like the deep waters that remain unmoved by the storms above. Strength is not about how loudly you can assert yourself. It is about how well you can remain composed, focused, and resilient even in the face of challenges. True power does not seek recognition. It exists regardless of who notices. And in the end, it is the quiet, deep waters that hold the greatest strength. You said, expand key point 2 in 600 words, according to prompt without any heading, and flow speech naturally according to overall key points, and add only necessary ending line, ChatGPT said. Noise is often a sign of insecurity. Just as shallow waters make the most noise, people who constantly seek attention, validation, or approval are often covering up something deeper. They feel the need to prove themselves, to be seen, to be heard, because deep down, they are unsure of their worth. True confidence, on the other hand, does not demand recognition. It does not seek external approval because it comes from within. If you observe people closely, you will notice that those who talk the most are often the least secure. They interrupt conversations, exaggerate their achievements, and try to dominate discussions, not because they are truly confident, but because they fear being overlooked. Their loudness is not a reflection of strength. It is a mask for their insecurities. They believe that if they do not make noise, they will not be noticed. And if they are not noticed, they will not matter. But real strength does not need to be loud. The wisest, most capable people do not feel the need to prove their intelligence in every conversation. They do not feel the urge to constantly defend themselves against criticism or seek validation for their choices. Instead, they let their actions speak for them. They understand that being secure in who they are is far more powerful than trying to convince others of their worth. Insecurity often leads to unnecessary competition. People who are unsure of themselves tend to compare their success to others, constantly measuring their achievements against external standards. This need to prove themselves makes them restless, always chasing after recognition instead of focusing on true growth. But those who are truly confident do not engage in such noise. They move at their own pace, focusing on personal improvement rather than seeking external validation. They understand that their journey is theirs alone, and they do not need to broadcast every step to feel accomplished. It is important to recognize the difference between making an impact and making noise. Some believe that being loud automatically means being heard, but there is a difference between commanding attention and earning respect. Shallow waters splash and make noise, but they do not hold depth. In the same way, people who talk excessively without substance may capture attention momentarily, but their words often lack real value. Meanwhile, those who speak less but with wisdom and purpose leave a lasting impression. True confidence is quiet because it does not need to be announced. Buddha. It is found in those who know their worth without having to prove it. It isn't the ones who do not need validation from others because they validate themselves. Just as deep waters remain calm, while shallow waters make the most noise, the strongest people do not feel the need to shout about their greatness. They simply live it. You said, expand key point 3 in 400 words according to prompt without any heading and flow speech naturally according to overall key points and add only necessary ending line, ChatGPT said. Wisdom comes from listening more and speaking less. So, in a world where everyone wants to be heard, where voices constantly compete for attention, the true power lies with those who take the time to observe, to reflect, and to understand before they speak. Those who listen more gain knowledge, while those who speak excessively often miss out on valuable insights. Just as deep waters remain calm and undisturbed, wise individuals do not waste words. They choose them carefully, ensuring that when they do speak, their words carry weight. Many people believe that talking more makes them appear knowledgeable, but in reality, wisdom is not about how much you say, it is about the depth of what you say. Those who truly understand life do not rush to give their opinion on everything. Instead, they listen, they process, and they respond only when necessary. This is not because they lack thoughts or ideas, but because they know that true understanding requires patience. They know that silence can be more powerful than words, and that a well-timed statement can have far more impact than a stream of empty talk. Listening is a skill that separates those who seek wisdom from those who seek attention. When you listen, you learn not just from words, but from tone, from body language, from the emotions hidden behind what is spoken. You understand people better, you grasp situations more clearly, and you develop a deeper sense of awareness. This ability to observe and absorb before reacting is what allows the wisest individuals to navigate life with clarity and purpose. Furthermore, speaking less does not mean staying silent out of fear or passivity. It means speaking with intention. When a person of wisdom finally speaks, people listen, not because their voice is the loudest, but because they have already proven the value of their words through their actions and their understanding. They do not need to argue for attention. They naturally command respect through their thoughtfulness and insight. In a world filled with noise, choosing to listen more and speak less is a sign of true depth. It is a reflection of inner confidence, wisdom, and emotional intelligence. Those who master this balance not only gain knowledge but also earn the respect of others, simply by knowing when to stay silent and when to let their words create impact. Actions speak louder than words. In a world where many people make promises, boast about their abilities, or talk endlessly about their future plans, it is those who silently take action that truly stand out. Water. Just as deep waters do not need to make noise to prove their depth, truly capable individuals do not need to constantly talk about what they're going to do. They simply do it. Their results speak for them, and their consistency proves their worth far more than words ever could. It is easy to say the right things, to impress people with grand ideas, and to make bold claims about what one intends to achieve. But none of that holds value if it is not backed by action. Many people waste their time trying to convince others of their capabilities instead of actually putting in the work to improve themselves. They seek validation through words instead of allowing their actions to naturally earn them respect. But words alone do not build success. Effort, discipline, and persistence do. The most impactful individuals in history were not the ones who talked the most. They were the ones who took action when it mattered. They did not seek constant approval or attention. Instead, they focused on doing the work that would eventually make their presence undeniable. People like them understand that true power comes from execution, from moving forward without needing to announce every step. They do not feel the need to respond to every critic or prove themselves with empty talk. They let their achievements do that for them. Furthermore, when actions are aligned with integrity, they create trust. People remember what you do far more than what you say. If someone continuously speaks of kindness but never shows it, their words lose meaning. If a leader makes promises but does not follow through, their credibility diminishes. But when actions consistently reflect one's values and commitments, trust is built effortlessly. Actions reveal character more than words ever could, because they reflect one's true priorities and beliefs. In personal growth, the same principle applies. You can talk about changing your habits, learning new skills, or working towards success. But unless you take daily steps to make those goals a reality, they remain just words. Growth happens not through endless planning and discussion, but through actual effort, through showing up every day and doing what needs to be done. Even in silence, each action has power. Ultimately, words may capture attention for a moment, but actions leave a lasting impact. Those who truly succeed are not the ones who talk the most. They are the ones who do the most. True strength is found in self-control. In a world where people react impulsively, where anger, frustration, and ego often dictate actions, the ability to remain composed is a rare but powerful trait. Just as deep waters remain calm, despite the movement beneath the surface, a strong person does not allow external circumstances to dictate their inner state. They understand that real power is not in reacting to every situation, but in choosing how to respond. Many people believe that expressing emotions loudly or aggressively is a sign of strength. They think that proving a point through arguments, retaliation, or confrontation establishes dominance. But in reality, those who react impulsively are often the weakest. They allow their emotions to control them instead of controlling their emotions. They speak without thinking, act without considering the consequences, and often regret their actions later. On the other hand, those who practice self-control do not let temporary emotions dictate their permanent actions. They understand that silence, patience, and thoughtful responses are far more powerful than reacting in anger. Self-control is not about suppressing emotions. It is about mastering them. It is about knowing when to speak and when to stay silent, when to act and when to step back. It means choosing peace over unnecessary conflict, wisdom over impulse, and dignity over momentary satisfaction. It allows a person to navigate life with clarity, avoiding unnecessary stress and drama caused by reckless reactions. Moreover, self-control earns respect. When you are able to remain calm in difficult situations, people notice. They see strength in your ability to stay composed when others would lose control. It shows maturity, wisdom, and confidence. qualities that naturally command respect without needing to be demanded. The strongest people are not those who overpower others through aggression or loudness, but those who remain steady and unshaken regardless of circumstances. In the end, the ability to master oneself is greater than any external victory. A person who can control their reactions, emotions, and impulses holds a power that cannot be taken away. True strength is not in proving yourself through force or words, but in showing through your actions that nothing can disturb your inner peace. Wisdom is found in observing more and speaking less. In a world filled with noise, where everyone wants to be seen and heard, it is easy to mistake loudness for intelligence and constant talking for confidence. But just as deep waters remain still while shallow ones create ripples, truly wise individuals do not feel the need to constantly prove themselves through words. They understand that true understanding comes not from speaking but from observing, listening, and reflecting. Many people believe that if they talk more, they will appear smarter or more important. They rush to give their opinions, interrupt conversations, and dominate discussions just to ensure their voice is heard. However, those who talk too much often reveal their lack of depth. They speak without fully understanding, offer opinions without knowledge, and react without thinking. On the other hand, those who take the time to listen and process information gain a deeper understanding of the world around them. They do not feel the need to fill every silence with words because they know silence itself has power. Observing more allows you to understand people and situations better. When you pay attention to details, body language, and tone, you begin to see beyond what is being said. You notice inconsistencies, hidden emotions, and unspoken truths. This ability to read between the lines gives you an advantage in decision-making, problem-solving, and even impersonal relationships. People who observe more and talk less are often the ones who make the best judgments because their perspective is based on complete information rather than assumptions. Speaking less does not mean staying silent out of fear or shyness. It means choosing your words carefully, making sure that when you do speak, your words carry weight. A person who rarely speaks but always says something valuable earns far more respect than someone who talks excessively with little substance. It is not about withholding your thoughts, but about ensuring that what you say adds to the conversation rather than simply filling space. There is also great power in silence. When you do not react immediately to criticism, negativity, or provocation, you maintain control over yourself and the situation. Those who talk too much often reveal their weaknesses, but those who remain silent and composed project strength. People wonder what they are thinking, what they know, and why they are so calm. This quiet confidence naturally commands attention and respect. Mastering the balance between speaking and observing is a skill that sets wise individuals apart. It allows them to learn more, make better decisions, and earn respect without demanding it. In the end, those who listen more and speak with intention always leave a stronger impact than those who speak just for the sake of being heard.